Private banking isn't just about managing money and numbers. It's about accessing invaluable opportunities, expert guidance, and long-term wealth creation. And this year, FNB Private and RMB Private Bank have once again been recognized as the best in the business. From being named as Africa's best private bank to leading ultra-high net worth advisory, succession planning, and alternative investments, these Euromoney wins reinforce their commitment to delivering world-class financial solutions. What does this mean for you as a client? How does this advisory-led approach truly make a difference in your financial journey? To unpack this, I'm joined by two leaders that are shaping the future of private banking. Sizwe, CEO of FNB Private, and Eric, CEO of FNB Private and RMB Private Banking and Advisory. Let's get started. Eric, FNB Private and RMB Private Bank were recognized at the Euromoney Awards. What are the Euromoney Awards?
Thanks for the opportunity, Esther. Yes. We're very proud of receiving those accolades. And before I explain that, just recognition to all our clients and also the teams across the wider FirstRand Group, FNB, RMB, and Ashburton that all work together to make us ultimately being recognized in achieving these awards. So Euromoney is a preeminent global private banking and wealth management award, has been in existence for over 20 years. So they recognize the top private banks and wealth management firms on a global, regional, which is more continental, and country-specific basis across many categories. We've been privileged to be recognized as best private bank in Africa for FNB, and in South Africa for RMB Private Bank, as part of and then supported by many other category winners. So what they do, it's a submission-based award system, after which you go through a judging panel, and then they do research, and they looking to better understand who solve best for their clients on an advice, solution, and service basis, and also deliver continuous evolution in the industry.
Winning multiple Euromoney awards across Africa and South Africa reinforces FNB Private and RMB Private Bank's leadership in private banking. What do these wins mean for the business, and more importantly, what do they mean for the client?
Esther, firstly, thank you very much for the time. I think for us, it starts with our mission, which critically is about being a trusted advisor, helping clients protect and grow their wealth. Now, what does that mean? It means that we've been hard at work transitioning this business from being bank-focused to providing a holistic, integrated financial service that looks at both sides of the client's balance sheet and tries to optimize both sides of the client's balance sheet, helping people not only live within their means, which creates a surplus that they can then apply to reducing debt and formulating short-term savings and long-term investment goals in the pursuit of helping them protect and grow their wealth. And we've been hard at work really transitioning that business, or this business rather, to achieve exactly that. And I'm so happy and so proud about the work that the team has done, such that we can get external validation that confirms that we are on the right track with the strategy from a prestigious institution such as Euromoney.
Being named Best Ultra-High Net Worth in both Africa and South Africa highlights your strength in serving the ultra-high net worth community. What sets your solutions apart from the rest?
So again, if you look at what we've done over the last probably half decade, we've started with a holistic value prop that looks at a advisory capability, a deep and broad set of solutions that fulfill on that advice, and then a really robust rewards program that incentivizes and nudges clients to behave in a way that is good for them and good for their wealth creation. And then what we've done is we've sub-segmented that value proposition to be very clear and very focused on an affluent client base, a wealthy client base, a high net worth client base, and the ultra-high net worth client base. And I think that focus is resonating now and showing that actually we are starting to deliver the right outcomes at each of the identified subsegments.
So Eric, being named the best ultra-high net worth and alternative investments speaks to your bespoke investment strategies. How do you tailor these to meet the evolving needs and different client segments from young professionals right through to retirees?
I think two points that I want to sort of just zoom in on that question. One is you referenced, so segmentation is very important. And I think in our sort of industry, segmentation have evolved very, very quickly, specifically around client outcomes. So as you mentioned, you have young professionals which have a specific life stage and dynamic, all the way up to retirees, salary, self-employed people. So it's important for us to understand our clients, firstly as unique individuals, and then the industry they operate. And I think what really worked for us and delivering better outcomes is defining our clients as a family unit, because I think advice in our space needs to transcend itself across individuals to a family construct. That's very important. And then I think our investment philosophy is an outcome-based one, not necessarily relative. So we focus to understand our client needs, and then with them understand what their future outcomes must be. And then with really brilliant investment professionals, we work together to tailor bespoke solutions to deliver those outcomes.
So Eric, FNB Private and RMB Private Bank are built on an advisory-led model. How does this differentiate your approach for entrepreneurs, self-employed professionals, young executives and retirees?
Yeah, I think if you reference the segmentation evolution that we spoke about earlier, traditionally private banks and financial service industry segmented clients based on their wealth or income. But if you really focus on client outcomes and want to better understand your clients, what we've seen, segmentation became multidimensional. So one, if you think about people earning salaries, they tend to get 12 fixed payments during a year. In our space, many of these corporate executives have share options. Their retirement and medical are supplemented by the employees. So they more alike, irrespective of their income. And then if you think about entrepreneurs, in South Africa, they must hustle. Most of the investments go back into their businesses. Their income is infrequent. They need to really think about succession planning, how they transition their businesses, their sort of protection strategies different to the salaried execs. So what we've started to see, if you focus on those client outcomes and your solutions you tailor for these clients, we have a better successful outcome for both institution and client.
Sizwe, what are some of the very cool innovations you and the team are working on?
Okay, so if you look at the value proposition, again, we start with understanding the client needs, so a relationship model and advice model, etc., that then tries to elicit client needs, client wants, client goals. We then solution for that across financial services, from payments and transaction products to lending products, across secured and unsecured, and even very bespoke type lending, to savings products, to investment solutions, and to insurance and even estate planning. That then is followed by a rewards program. And we've been innovating across all those sort of three fundamental foundations of the value proposition. So if you look at the stuff that eBucks has come out with, from business class tickets that are free based on certain behavior. On the product side, there's been a lot of work on getting into structured products, getting into the democratization of investments through products that give clients access to offshore exposures at a very low denomination, as low as 10 Rand. If you look at the relationship model, there's been a lot of AI, CRM tooling, etc., to make the advisory and the client experience of the advisory journey a lot more efficient and a lot slicker. And it's a never-ending job. We don't stop. Every year there's a Kaizen process of getting client feedback, getting stakeholder feedback, and then chipping away at making each sub-segment value prop better and better and better. And it's quite exciting, and I think we've got a lot of momentum behind it. And I'm chuffed that you can see the evidence of these value props getting better every year.
And clients' needs also have evolved over the time. What have we and how have we sort of answered that need for our clients, both in a local and international scope?
Yeah, so Esther, we have seen a lot of offshore diversification, especially as some of the domestic political arrangements have become a little bit untidy, albeit improving now. And so I think it was very prudent for South African clients to start diversifying offshore as a risk management tool, but also given the fact that the market capitalization of the JSE is circa 1 or 2% of global market capitalization, and there are industries and sources of market returns that you just can't get in South Africa. And so once you've replicated this integrated financial services story here in South Africa, we then embarked on a strategy to try and replicate it offshore. So we set up in the Channel Islands, Guernsey in particular, we have an offshore bank there, and then we've built out through a partnership with Ashburton offshore asset management and wealth management, and we've also now introduced lending capabilities there. So we have a full offshore shop such that people can replicate an income statement and balance sheet optimization strategy in hard currency in a very similar and aligned way that we've provided for clients here in South Africa. Eric, I don't know if there's anything you want to add.
Yes, so in addition to that, I think we've referenced a lot integrated financial services, integrated advice, and I think to tone that down, what we've realized with this evolution, no financial decision that our clients make is independent from other parts of their financial ecosystem. So let's assume you buy a house. One need to understand, okay, what's the impact on my estate? What's the best and most optimal homeowners content insurance? In what entity should I buy it? Should I give a larger or smaller deposit? What's my liquidity? So this integrated approach, now whether you invest, bank, borrow, what we've realized, we've got those solutions and we must bring it together to deliver a better outcome of supporting ultimately our client goal of grow and protect our family's wealth.
So there you have it. That is why FNB Private and RMB Private Bank won the Euromoney Awards. Advice lent, making sure that the client outcome and the family unit outcome is the best in the business. That's it for this podcast.